As we talked about last time, this week is going to be the week that stimulus check changes start rolling out, and lo and behold, we have the first major change to the third stimulus check, which is the eligibility cutoff that is being reduced for certain people. You now may not be eligible for a stimulus check if you make a certain income, even though you qualified for the first and second rounds of stimulus. We're going to talk about changes to that third stimulus check now being discussed and approved in the Senate, and also some discussions on unemployment insurance in this video. With that being said, my name is Kevin Conway. I make stimulus news update videos all the time, so subscribe to the channel if you want to stay informed. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. I truly cannot believe it. So for everybody who is subscribed, thank you so much. And if you could all give a like to this video, it helps get the content out to more people. All right, let's get right into it right now. So simply put, the House of Representatives passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill put forward by Joe Biden and the new administration. They passed it through on a razor's edge with basically everyone voting on party lines, with a few Democrats actually flipping and voting against the bill. But nonetheless, that bill is now in the Senate. Now in the Senate, they are debating on certain amendments and certain changes to that $1.9 trillion stimulus bill. And the first one that they have agreed on, and it now has support from President Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi in the House of Representatives, the major people on the Democratic side of the aisle, is the changes to the eligibility of the stimulus check. So what is that change to the eligibility of the stimulus check? Well, the amount is still the same of $1,400, but the income cutoffs have changed. Previously, you got the full amount if you made $75,000 as an individual or $150,000 as a married couple filing jointly. That much is still 100% true, but the difference is what happens after you make a certain amount of money above that threshold. Previously, you could make up to $100,000 as an individual and still get the amount of stimulus check, but it would be reduced proportionally from the amount of money you made from $75,000 to $100,000, basically by 5% of that difference. Now that amount is being reduced from $100,000 total cap, where you get nothing above that if you made it as an individual, to $80,000. And for married couples filing jointly, that amount of money previously was $200,000, where you got at least some stimulus check up to $200,000. Now that amount is being reduced to $160,000. That is a major change. And like I said, it does have support from President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. They signed off on that change, and the Democrats in the Senate are obviously putting this forward. There's some discussion about the progressive Democrats or other people standing against this change. That is no chance of actually changing the reality of the fact that this is going to be the new income cutoff. The reason why it doesn't matter if anyone opposes this is because the 50-50 split in the Senate makes it such that they can't afford any material defections on either side, and they may not get all what they exactly want. The Democrats want to pass this bill along party lines. The Republicans are not willing to support it. They think that it's too wasteful of an amount of money, especially now that we have vaccines rolling out. But that is the way it is right now. And as of right now, the leverage is on the side of people who are right in the middle of the Senate, such as Senator Joe Manchin, who is one of the people pushing for this change. He is the most conservative Democrat, and he basically controls what the Democrats are going to ultimately do because he is the 50th vote. If he doesn't support it, this bill is not passing. Now, what's interesting is that while the stimulus check eligibility changed, the unemployment insurance amount of $300 per week, currently and scheduled to go up to $400 per week, was also being discussed of keeping that at $300 and not boosting it to $400 additional federal unemployment insurance boost. That was pushed by Senator Joe Manchin as well, the centrist on the Democratic side of the aisle. But because they got the unemployment and the stimulus checks squared away with the eligibility, it looks like the unemployment insurance amount is going to stay at $400 additional federal unemployment insurance boost on top of your state benefit. That is good news if you are on unemployment insurance and you're wondering exactly what amount of money you will be receiving. It looks like that $400 boost is still intact. And remember, that's on top of your state benefit, and you get that full amount no matter what state amount that you get, so long as you get any state unemployment insurance at all. If you have any questions about it at all, look at my previous videos or comment below. And for everyone out there, comment below on this change of eligibility on the stimulus check. I personally don't really get it. It's kind of like trimming a little bit, moving a little bit of water outside of the sinking Titanic. I mean, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. It seems to me that this is a very small change, which cuts out certain people, estimated to be around 12 or 13 million people that would receive the stimulus check for really no reason. It's still a $1.9 trillion bill on or about. They're estimating that exact total amount right now, but it didn't really seem to change it, didn't really seem to save a lot of money. I don't exactly understand the logic there. Comment below if you have any questions on that, or if you have any thoughts on it. I really want to hear. Now, I'll leave it with this. There's a few other political developments that are very interesting. Last week, we had CPAC, which was the Republican convention, a really big convention for the Republicans, and former President Donald Trump actually made his first public appearance there since the January 6th riots, and he actually came out and said, I probably am going to run for president again. He didn't say that exactly, but he basically said, look, who's going to run? Well, I wonder who it could be. Well, everybody knows that it's probably going to be Trump in 2024, but likely not with Vice President Pence as his running mate. It'll be somebody else, but that's something to keep in mind as well on the political front. With that being said, if you wouldn't mind giving a like to this video and sharing it with anybody, I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.